right attitude if we want to have
a two-in-one event, a public lecture and book launch forming part of activities to mark the 68th birthday of the founder of the Center for Values and Leadership, Professor Paul Utomi.
Please put your hands together.
The book, Power, Politics, Public Policy, Process and Performance, is the latest work from Professor Utomi.
When Paul Utomi writes, as in this book, you will get unadulterated intellectual work infused with the right ideology in the mode of late Professor Claude Ake, who was insisting that Africa's development must be on our own robust, intelligent terms.
Do you think that this...
And typical of the other leg of the event, democracy and governance form the core of the discussion, which also extends to the national performance of Nigeria's current democratic experience, with speakers drawn from home and abroad.
We see polarizing rhetoric. We see a variety of laws on indigenes and land use and other domains that divide communities. And in addition, many politicians or political aspirants have turned to violence in elections and collusion with armed groups in the search for power. Again, it may be a minority issue within political aspirants, but it is common enough to exert substantial effects.
Is this democracy the kind of democracy we really will practice? Is it the kind of democracy we really want? I know you will be surprised that a governor will be speaking this way. I went to school in America. After that, I lived and worked in America. And I know we are practicing the American system. But America is not Nigeria. The people are different. The environment is different. Our attitude is different. The culture is different. So why must we think that we can import something from America and it will work perfectly for us as it is working for Americans?
Governor Abdullahi Sule's questions form part of the next aspect of the event, a special panel discussion with active political players in the country analyzing.
Democracy has certain simple principles, which is the person who votes, his vote must count. And that is simplicity. Once we go beyond that, then what we're doing is that we just complicate issues for ourselves.
There are basic laws of nature. If you don't follow them, things don't go well. It's simple. One of those basic laws, as far as governing is concerned, is the subject that Senator Baribe has just spoken to, legitimacy, which is a central concept in this book. I didn't start writing this last month. Some people think because of the last election, he wrote this. Those lines on legitimacy were written in 1982, because this book just grew. Okay? Essentially, legitimacy must exist to be able to govern.
Sokoto borders 3 regions, that is 3 states in Niger Republic: Tawa, Doso, and Maradi. We have the longest border with Niger Republic than any other state in Nigeria. When President Muhammadu Buhari decided to close down borders, no governor was consulted. 3 of the governors of those regions individually called me to say what's happening. I said, my brother, I'm sorry, I don't know. Every effort I made to reach out to the NSA, instruction came from the office of the NSA, I couldn't reach him. The only person I was able to reach was the then CG of Immigration, Babandede, who was able to give me some insights. So no consultation whatsoever on such a very key and important economic and security issue.
The president has to decide whether bandits will take over the country or not. The governors have to now work with him. Governors have to be in charge of their states and hold them responsible if you want to govern.
The summary of their submissions is that Nigeria's democracy, as it is presently set up, needs a restructuring. Reference is made to past efforts that were wrongly made that now should be avoided moving forward.
When President Jonathan empaneled the conference committee, he knew that there was National Assembly. We all know the issues in this country. What the president could have done was to initiate executive bills and send to the National Assembly. But because he was looking for accommodation for people to come and talk and keep them busy, that was why he created that platform. As Speaker, you can ask David Mark as Senate President. We approached him and told him, Mr. President, this you can do through this way. Okay, he didn't do it that way. After the confab report, he knew that he ought to have initiated bills driving from the report of the conference. That was not done. So at best, what the current National Assembly can do is that we can dust up the report of the conference and now come up with private member bills so that we can now implement the report of the confab for 2014.
Another key takeaway from the discussion here is that whatever needs to be done to improve on the current socioeconomic situation has to be done fast, because according to the panelists, majority of the over 200 million population of Nigeria are in desperate situations that call for an urgent action. Tokumbo Oyetunji, Arise News, Lagos.
7, 8, 9, 10. Thank you very much.